No shark brains? Asked Jim's dad. Outside the Grumpy Mermaid Inn, Matilda and her parents were sitting beneath a parasol, across the table from Jim and the rest of his family. The Jolley-Rogers had arrived in Dull-on-Sea at dawn and had been stocking up on provisions. Jim's mum had suggested a nice pub lunch before they set sail again, but Jim's dad was disappointed with the menu. "You landlubbers eat such boring grub," he said to the waiter. "You'll be telling me next ye ain't got no kraken fillets."
"I'm afraid not, sir," replied the waiter. "All our fish are locally caught. Could I suggest the pan-fried sea bass with saffron beurre blanc, crushed potatoes and citrus-infused greens?"
What did he say?
asked Nugget.
Bah! Give me the fish and chips, grumbled Jim's dad, and I'll have my peas mushed, not crushed.
I'll have fish and chips too,
said Jim's mum.
Me too, said Jim.
Me three,
said Nugget.
Fish and chips,
squawked Squawk. "So that's 4 portions of fish and chips rather than 5, said the waiter. "I presume your macaw just repeats everything you say. How sweet."
He leaned over to stroke Squawk, but thought better of it when Squawk fixed him with a hard stare, accompanied by a low growl.
We'll have 2 fish and chips,
said Matilda's mum.
And 1 sea bass, please.
With the grub ordered, everyone turned their attention back to Matilda's map, which was rolled out across the table. Jim's dad also had one of his ancient sea charts and was comparing the two, swinging his divider across the parchment, whilst muttering to himself and scratching his head. "Thanks for the map, Matilda. We pirates love a good treasure hunt," he said. "Funny thing is that this here treasure island don't appear on my sea chart, but we could try to find it all right. I'm partial to a bit of treasure."
Me too,
said Nugget. "Personally, I think treasure causes nothing but trouble," chirped Squawk. "Do you want to come with us, Tilly?" said Jim, looking at his mum, who nodded with a smile.
Yes, please,
begged Matilda, turning to her parents with fluttering eyelashes.
Oh, well, I suppose it would be a nice little adventure for half-term,
Matilda's mum replied.
Do you think it's safe? I'll tell you truth. Your Matilda's got a fine pair of sea legs,
said Jim's mum.
The black hole ship shape, and the seas becalmed to Hag's Head and beyond. It ain't much further to the treasure, and they ain't talking about rain or storm for a week or more.
"We be needing Matilda's help," added Jim. "She's got a nose for gold. She found the map too, so it'd be all wrong, I'd say, leaving her ashore."
All right, you can go,
agreed Matilda's mum, just as the waiter returned with several precariously balanced plates. Matilda and Jim tucked into their fish and chips, chattering and making plans for their trip, while their parents talked about boring grown-up stuff. Nugget threw chips in the air one at a time for Squawk to catch. They were just finishing their lunch when they heard the faint sound of a fiddle floating on the wind. The music meandered along the quayside towards them. An old fiddler appeared, and as he fiddled, he sang a song. "I was sailing one day, and what did I see? An island of gold in the scurvy sea. With a fiddle-dee-dee, there be treasure for me. Fiddle-dee-dee across the sea." He stopped at their table, glaring at the treasure map. Everyone looked at the fiddler. The fiddler looked back at them. Then he looked at the map again. He dragged his bow across the fiddle strings and burst back into song. "As I sailed the seas, I scribbled a map, so that when I got home I could find my way back. Ye cannot imagine the booty that's there, a huge haul of treasure beyond..."